Hello everybody, welcome to the Outlet Podcast channel. My name is Gazy, the host of the Outlet Podcast, and you can listen to the show and interact with the show on in the description below. I'll put all my podcast information, Facebook, and all that stuff in the description below. Today's new vlog entry for guys only, but I'm not stopping anyone else from watching. It's about nostalgia and the one that got away. So in life, this isn't just guys only. This happens to everybody, but I go for the guys. Help out my brothers. In life, there's a lot of stuff that you lose at. You don't, like, I don't know. You might lose a bet. You might lose. You might not get the credit card that you applied for. The school that you applied for, they like denied you or something. The car that you're driving, it's, you don't get qualified for the other car. In life, you lose sometimes and then you win. Something that you can't measure love like that. You can't, like, you're not winning at love. That's something that you don't win at. And that's what I want to talk about, because there are a lot of girls who are the ones that got away. I have a lot of girls that I'm not bragging, guys. No, I'm not bragging. There are a lot of girls that have been in my life that I dated, and I've just felt like they got away. I don't know if you guys have ever felt that way before. There's just so many, like, okay, obviously you can't have everything. You can't have everything that you want, and obviously you can't have everything that you want. You can't have all the love of all the girls. No, you can't, because life isn't like that. So, because life isn't like that, sometimes it might be you, and sometimes it might not be you. Let's say, like, your eagle's nest is very well taken care of. I mean, sometimes there are guys who've got a nice bank account, savings, checkings. They're cleaned up, fresh shaved. They shape up. They go to a barber every 3.5 or so weeks. Make sure that the cut is looking fine and nice, right? I don't know what else. They got some good friendships. They flirt in and out a little bit here and there with some girls, and it just seems that they don't get the attention of the girl that they really would desire to be with. Man, if I can, and you could even date the girl, and because there's different ways that you can look at this as far as the one that got away. Either she got away because you had her once and you let her go, or you had her once and she let herself go, or you never had her in the first place. So, like, 3 avenues that I think are the only ways that you can look back and have these feelings of regret and nostalgia. Because, man, if I were to think, I think there was a girl for every issue that I had. There were the girls that I desired to be with. In high school, there were so many beautiful, lovely ladies that I really thought would care to, like, whoa, snap. Oh, snap. I think I thought so. I was a pretty good guy. Nice guys didn't finish last. I finished first, baby. But when I was at that point and juncture in my life, there were I just thought that that's how you were supposed to be. And man, I look back and I'm like, wow, these girls didn't, like, why didn't they give me the time of day? Why didn't they want to? Why didn't they want to? Like, I wasn't that bad of a dude. I don't know. Like, sometimes you think back, and that's what I'm doing here. Like, thinking back to those moments. There are moments when I let girls go that over my insufficiencies. These girls were fine. My ex-girlfriends, I will never speak ill of them, because they were the best. They were the best. And I just, over my own insufficiencies as a man, well, as a boy, not a man, I let them go. And there were some that let me go because of my insufficiencies. Possibly theirs too, but I'll never know. You'll never know the other side unless you go and get closure. So I am sharing all this because how do you cope with that? How do you cope with these feelings? How do you cope with the feelings? I'm not going to talk about dealing with the people. You got to first address yourself before you try to do anything else. You got to address yourself. How do you cope with these feelings of nostalgia? Well, number one, it either was never meant to be or you screwed up. So either two ways in one avenue. Either it was never meant to be or you screwed up. Now, if it was never meant to be, then you don't take the blue pill and don't chase that rabbit down that hole. I think it's the blue pill. I don't think it's the red pill. I'm pretty bad at my Matrix references. But anyways, if she was never meant to be, you will know. People will let you know after you broke up. She was never meant to be. Don't chase that rabbit. It was not supposed to happen. I don't care. It doesn't matter if she was unbelievably sexy. Wow. It doesn't matter her beauty level, her intelligence level. If it was never meant to be, then you had compatibility problems. If it was never meant to be, because people will let you know. If that's the case, then don't entertain fictitious thoughts. Fantasy is not reality. Don't get caught up in fantasy and what ifs. If it was never meant to be, it was never meant to be. Don't do it. Don't think about her like that. If it was never meant to be. Now, if you messed up, you can either fix what you messed up and go back and see if she'll have you, or you fix yourself up because it was your fault. You fix what was wrong. You fix yourself, and she says no. And then it's not that it wasn't meant to be, is that you screwed up. If you screwed up and she says no, you got to deal with it. You got to move on. You let the other team score a touchdown, and now you only got 1 minute to drive 100 yards down the field. Deal with it. Drive down the field. Deal with it. You have no other choice. You can't force someone to like you. And don't think that you're the only Coca-Cola in the desert, because you're not, bro. You're not the hottest slice of pizza on the pie. You're not the most important. Really, you're not. So if you messed up and she won't have you back, move on for your sake, because number one, you would be a very limp noodle. You would be a very low caliber human being, man. You'd be a very low caliber man if she moved on after she cut you loose and you don't move on because she cut you loose. Move on. You make yourself better, dust yourself off, go forward. At least you know how you messed up. Most people in life, they don't know how they messed up, and they'll never know. So there's the second aspect of it. The second aspect of it, guys, is, oh snap. Okay, the second aspect of it is that you dust yourself off, you make yourself better. Wait, yeah, give me a second. You dust yourself off, you make yourself better, and she takes you back. If she takes you back, congratulations. You know, applause, a round of applause, great job if she takes you back. But don't mess up again. Like, and I'm not a number one, I'm not a life coach, and I don't offer professional advice. But if she takes you back and you changed properly, properly, then, I mean, congratulations, but that doesn't mean that, I guess, she's the one. Like, I mean, you're just dating again. That's it. So I can't analyze your specific life situation, but that's what I will say. I will say that, like, I mean, I don't know your life situation. If she is or if she isn't, like, the one who you end up being with, like, wifey. There you go. So that's one thing I don't know. So I'll just admit that. So those are like the avenues. I mean, it's a tree. It's a tree with a lot of branches when it comes to, like, this nostalgia. Because, yeah, either it was you, it was her, or it was never meant to be. And it's nice to not dwell on anything. Don't fantasize. I think that's my biggest point in all of this. Don't fantasize. If it was never meant to be, if it was meant to be, or if it was and you messed up, like those, I guess those three. Don't fantasize. Don't think what if. The worst thing you can do in life is what if. What if? What if? What if doesn't exist? What if is not real? Don't think about what if. That's like the most detrimental thing you can do. It's the most acerbic and devastating thing. Don't think what if. What if doesn't exist. It's not real. It's not true. It's not. Don't think, oh, if I did this, if I did that. No, man, don't think about what if, because, man, that will drive you crazy for the rest of your life. There are grown adults who do what if. They think about, what if I was this way? What if I was that way with my ex-wife? Don't be that guy. I'm telling you now, so you don't make a mistake in the future. Don't entertain your fantasy. Fantasy is always colorful, when in real world it's black and white. Fantasy always is colorful. Always. You think she's the hottest thing. You think she's the smartest girl. You think she's the most fashionable. But like me, with all of my high school sweethearts and the previous girls I've dated, now that when you look back in life, and I look at all these girls, some of them are friends. I look back, some got tatted up, some got kids, some got married, some grew up in they got fat. I got fat too. So they're never gonna, these girls are never gonna be the same. So they're never gonna look the same way. And and that might be for the good thing, because maybe these girls might look a certain way, but that's in high school. 10 years later down the road, they're probably the complete opposite of how you remember them. But never entertain fantasy. Don't do that, guys. So that's my advice for this vlog entry of guys only. So, like I said, in the comments below, comment if you ever had feelings of nostalgia. I think I did this episode about this one time, but I'll go forward. Comment below if you had feelings of nostalgia, if you have some life advice, if you have some questions. Someone recently asked a question. I forget his name. He was saying that he never dated or something. It was on a previous video, and I was able to reply back. That was really fun. So I hope you liked and subscribed to the channel. And I opened the invitation to everybody. Like, subscribe, and comment below. And on my other videos. So, my name's Gazy, host of the Outlet Podcast. Connect, recharge, green tea. Peace.